Hello, everybody. You think you still might need a webcam? I got a couple sent to me by a company called AirHug. They're inexpensive. Are they any good? I don't know. Let's see. Both of these look the same on the website, but there's a difference. One is a 1080p and one is a 2K. And let's take a quick look here. I want to do a review on the 1080p first, and then we'll switch to the other camera. So the first thing I see, the USB cable is connected directly to the camera. I kind of prefer, say, a USB-C, but that way you can have your own cable. See what this, oh, that's 5-ish feet, so that should be enough for most people for a webcam. And you can always use a USB A to A extension. And let's see, the bottom of the stand, that looks like it's going to fit just about any monitor or laptop that you have, and it's got a nice sticky rubber foot on the bottom of it, so that shouldn't be a problem. And it's got a 1/4-20 connection for a tripod or a ball head mount. Let's see how much oh man, that's a lot of articulation in the mount. A little bit up and down, but a lot left and right. Get the box out of there so I quit hitting it. And it looks like, yep, it's got a lens shutter built into it, so you don't have to have a little cap on it. It looks to me that there is an LED right here, and I'm guessing there's a microphone, I'm guessing, behind each side of that, so it looks like it's got a stereo microphone. I didn't look at the paperwork on it. You saw I opened it up, and just this is what I got. So let me hook this thing up. I'm going to do the 1080p first. I think I said that, but just in case, I'm going to do the 1080p camera first, and a day or two I'll do the 2K. My time is very limited right now, so let's get on with this. Hey, Future Dave here. Before we get started in the video, I actually started tinkering with the camera and realized it had a stereo microphone, so I thought I better come back and read the book and see what else is here. So I'm going to throw some specs at you real quick before we get into the review. According to this, it runs on 5 volts. Of course, it's USB, 500 milliamps. It's got 3 modes to it: 1920 by 1080, 1280 by 720, and 640 by 360. In case you want some of the lower resolutions, it claims to have a 63-degree field of view. It's probably pretty close to that. It is a fixed focus camera. Voice pickup distance is 2 meters, and as you'll hear, I think this thing sounds good for a web camera. I really do. The sensor is a 2.1 megapixel CMOS, and the focal distance is 60 centimeters to infinity. It only does 30 frames per second, and the video codec is MJPEG and runs on Windows 7, 8, 10, 11, and Mac OS. Dual stereo microphones, and the cable is 5.2 feet, which I guessed at 5 feet, and weighs 2.6 ounces. Not that makes a whole lot of difference. Anyway, let's get on to the video. Okay, first thing I'm going to say, this is straight out of the box. I haven't done any adjustments, no nothing. I just put it in OBS and turned on the audio. I'm assuming, since the audio is coming in on USB, that I shouldn't have an audio sync issue, and if I do, I'll address that in a bit, but I don't think there should be one. By the way, I'm not using this microphone, and I don't know if this is stereo yet or not, so I'm going to touch both sides of this and see. I'll try not to be too loud. We'll see when I review that if that's stereo or not. Let me see if I can tweak the colors just a little bit, because that's really blown out, and see if we can enhance this just a wee bit. Okay, I made some changes to the settings on this. One thing I did was turn off the backlight compensation. Just
tweaked a few settings just with the property settings. The one thing I will say for me with webcams, I think I get better tuning of the cameras with a PC than I do on the Mac. I know that may not make some of the Mac people happy, but that's just the way I see it. I have access to a lot of settings in the camera that I don't directly have with the Mac, although on the Mac there's a webcam utility that I can do this with, but it's natively done on the PC. So is this perfect? I don't think so, but it's pretty darn good. And for the price of this camera, I can't complain. I am using the internal mic. Let me see. Yeah, that's still the internal mic. I just wanted to verify that. So everything being said, and I'm going to take a picture of this to show you guys what I'm doing here, but I have quite a few different webcams up on top of the monitor. And I'm going to say, I listened to the audio on this thing, and for the onboard recording on a webcam, I have to say I think this is pretty decent. And as far as like earlier when the thing was blown out, I also have to tell you it's very bright in this room. I'll turn my light off. You know, it is extremely bright, and I'm running another light over on this side. So, you know, with both of my lights on, it was blown out. Probably had I just turned the lights off, it would have looked pretty normal. But with that little application natively built into the PC, this is what I get. Now I'm going to move this thing over. It's kind of a hassle, but I'm going to move it over to the Mac and see what kind of results I get on the Mac. Okay, here we are on the Mac, and I'm going to go through a couple of settings, and this is the default camera settings, and then using the app called Webcam settings, I made a couple of extra profiles, and this is one of the profiles that I made. Here is another profile that I made, and in fairness to the PC and the webcam, I'm running a lot of light in here, so I can just turn the light down and make a difference in this. So between getting your light set the right way, getting the camera settings the way you want, let me throw on a filter in ABS, and I think between all of those things, you can get a pretty decent picture out of this on a Mac, you know, for the amount of money that you're throwing at this. This one is $20-ish right now with a coupon. The 2K, I think, is $30-ish, and I don't know if it's got a coupon on it or not. I'll link both of them in the description so you can look at both of them, and I'll do that in both videos. It's going to be a few days before I can get the other video out, I'm afraid. Just got a lot of stuff going on externally with work and such. Got to get that other stuff taken care of. I'll let you decide whether this is a worthy webcam for you. I think the audio from this is just dandy, and even for a professional. But if you're just wanting to interface with your kids or your grandkids or something, man, this is, to me, it's a bargain. But again, it's only my opinion. Appreciate it, and I'm going to throw a couple other videos up over here. You can check some of those out. That'd be one that I'll throw up here, and then I'll set one that YouTube thinks you might like. Catch you in one of those, or I'll catch you down the road.